But first, like many people, I'm trying to ignore the Ginger and the Whinger saga. Cash and Carrie, hapless Harry and his Hollywood squeeze, they annoy me enormously. However, I can no longer avert my gaze, nor can I tune out. This is now just simply unavoidable. This week sees more Harry and less dignity. He has his fans, but I can't accept this drawn-out jealousy tantrum has any merit. He is meant to be of the royal family, but he set a price, a princely sum, to put claims which no one wants to give any credibility to. The royal family is doing what they normally do, maintaining a dignified silence. His Majesty the King and his heir has left the spare enough rope. Harry, I think, is poorly advised. He's now damaged his reputation with his cash-fueled carry-on. He's grabbing the cash because, well, he's never going to get the crown. It is sad. I've always admired the royal family, a stable force for good, despite lamenting their many human frailties. I was honoured to meet Her late Majesty on a handful of occasions over the last 45 years of her enormous life. I've met each of her 3 sons and a consort, the late Prince Philip. I've maintained an admiration and loyalty to the institution they were born into, as it represents stability, certainty, and in the main, a dignity. The pageantry, well, look, it's as much a part of my culture and traditions as a 7th generation Australian as it is for anyone born in the United Kingdom. People say the royals live a life of privilege, and maybe they do, but the institution of the royal family is more about the responsibility and commitment to the people they serve. It is a steadfast base to our system of government. A royal visit charms and disarms. It provides a stoic reassurance in times of trouble, a celebration of ordinary people and their extraordinary efforts. Much talk has been uttered about modernisation of the monarchy, and in many ways the public display of dysfunction has been the true modernisation of the monarchy, and I'm sure extramarital affairs and questionable friends has always been part of the royal way of life, probably for hundreds of years. It's just that we didn't know about it. Now we probably know just too much. The catastrophic exposure to the way the royals' lives are apparently lived has made them look a lot like other people's families. The difference in the real-life soap opera-like existence of the House of Windsor, though, has been the mantra, never complain, never explain. Gossip is actually kept secret. The sadness Her late Majesty no doubt experienced because of her family's foibles was never a cause for her to shirk her sense of duty. Her loyalty to us, despite it all, was always there. I don't know why Harry has gone so wrong so quickly. He was a man who served his Queen and his country. He was supported financially and emotionally by a family of extraordinary people. He seemed grounded. He seemed loyal to the family. The real damage is the Harry words has undone the reputation he had as a military man, as a bit of a character. He's now just a bitter and twisted person, looking for shortcuts to fame. Harry's also sent a signal which shows gross disloyalty has its own rewards. In many ways, he's typical of many of his age, all about self-interest, short-term gratification, no long-term loyalty. It's now an endemic way in the world, this self ahead of loyalty credo. It's corrosive, it's destructive, because loyalty is important to self-respect. I believe it's important to show loyalty to those who have given you opportunity. Loyalty is not meant to be a one-way street either. Sadly, while often demanded by some, it's rarely returned. They say it's better to give than receive, but getting a little loyalty from those you support is a wonderful thing. Well, it creates even more loyalty. And in my view, Harry has always received loyalty and support during a pretty tough life, in part. It's all come from his family, yet in return, he has now made a dreadful mistake. He's trashing his family. At least he waited till his grandmother, the late Her Majesty. But the lack of respect for his father, our king, is abhorrent. I've seen how loyalty works in public life. You see, public life can be very lonely, as so many people only offer a thin veneer of loyalty. I was told once that if you want consistent and constant loyalty in politics, go and buy a dog. It's probably why the late Queen had so many corgis.